We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws.
To talk about immigration now, gentlemen.
Immigration reform.
Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws.
When I talk about immigration, it's painful sometimes. It is painful. I don't lose hope. I will never lose hope.
We hear about immigration constantly in the media. It is used as a ploy to further political agendas, leveraged in social debate, and littered in controversy. But do we really understand its implications and what it means fundamentally? As you have heard, we are a nation of immigrants, built on immigration, that thrives on immigration. But how has it come to be this way? To begin to understand this complex subject, we have to understand how it has come to be through policy. The Naturalization Act of 1790 was the first law in the United States to establish rules for granting citizenship. It limited naturalizations to free white persons of good character, excluding women, African American, Native Americans, and other ethnic groups, thereby setting a precedent for racially and gender-based citizenship policies. Fallout from such a policy is still observed today. By far, one of the most harmful policies to have passed to date was the Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigration Responsibility Act, also known as IRA, passed by Bill Clinton. To speak more about this?
I'm an immigration attorney. I've been an immigration attorney since 2005. Before that, I was an immigration paralegal, so I've been in this field for 24 years. So Rachel Peace is my name, I think. Overall, what I observe is political posturing when it comes to immigration. Nobody seems to be wanting to make actual positive policy changes. So that all goes back to Bill Clinton, who was before I got involved, but he signed IRA and the IMACT was in 1990, so no. But he signed the worst immigration legislation that there ever was. And the only reason that can fly is because of anti-immigrant bias, which was you were not alive, but in 1996, there was crazy anti-immigrant stuff going on in the legislature. So,
an attempted remedy for this, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals DACA program was established in 2012, providing temporary protection from deportation and work permits for undocumented immigrants who arrived in the U.S. as children. DACA was created through an executive action by President Obama. But unfortunately, as the saying goes, one step forward and two steps back. That brings us to the Trump's administration.
Really just rolling back the terrible, awful policies that Trump had put into place. But yeah, and when I say terrible, awful, I just mean making it harder to get status. Making it harder to get status, making it harder to win asylum, making it harder to come to the United States, even if you're totally entitled to a visa, right?
Anti-immigrant sentiments are not a thing of the past. It is still very much prevalent in our news, as seen as recently in Trump's promotional visit to Michigan back in April.
By an illegal alien animal, the Democrats say, please don't call them animals, they're humans. I said, no, they're not humans, they're animals.
Harmful rhetoric like this is deeply offensive to the immigrant community and only fuels to the polarization within our political climate.
It's not just even immigration, it's everything else. But of course, then immigrants also become the butt of just like a political tool, especially right now. It's just so disgusting to hear all this rhetoric. It's just, of course, we would expect that from Trump.
It is these kinds of enacted policies that give way to systemic injustices, that result in the abuse of immigrants via the broken system, making it that much harder to be an immigrant in the United States. In the current political atmosphere we are living in, with such polarization, how does one define immigration? And what is it truly like to be an immigrant now?
I'm Diana Florencia Parada Schweninger. I'm from El Salvador.
Mi nombre es Jorge Tenorio, soy de Ecuador.
Mi nombre es Vicky Tenorio y soy de El Salvador.
To me, it means a group of families as like myself that needed to leave our countries from different reasons to come to this new country for us, where we adopted another community, where we were also trying to belong to a community.
Para mí, pues la inmigración es una situación que trasciende hace muchos años atrás, desde la época de la humanidad mismo. El ser humano todo el tiempo ha estado en proceso de inmigrante, buscando siempre mejores oportunidades, mejores opciones y desarrollos, y actualmente pues no es la excepción.
What I experienced 25 years ago as a new immigrant in Marin County was lack of opportunities that I found for myself and as a new mom for my own child. I was struggling to have access to healthcare, something that in my country I didn't.
Creo que esos son los problemas, los factores más difíciles que encuentra el idioma, el trabajo y la salud, que sería tener una aseguranza.
Desafortunadamente, hija, la situación política de este país, háblese de cualquier partido, ya sea de republicanos o demócratas, afecta y ha afectado siempre el modo de vida de los inmigrantes, y no necesariamente de una manera positiva, todo lo contrario. Siempre los inmigrantes han tenido y han sido vulnerables a tener que sufrir todo este tipo de problemática social, política de este país.
To me, the challenge is to find the space, find the place where we can talk about this, where we can address these issues, and also find together the common ground where our families feel welcome, where we feel the sense of belonging, where we feel included, where we feel included in the decision-making process. Because all of the decisions that are made impacting every single of us, but we're not part of that process to decide what is the best for our families. So how can we part of that process if we're not included? So for me, the importance of changing systems that are not designed to work for us, the minorities.
Porque este país, la base fundamental es estructurada en el apoyo que los inmigrantes han dado al desarrollo de este país y la economía. Entonces los políticos tienen que considerar eso, y tiene que haber un cambio radical y una estructura completamente diferente en pro y en beneficio de toda la sociedad en común.
Yo me siento bien orgullosa de ser inmigrante y de participar en la comunidad. No me he quedado sentada, he alzado mi voz. Soy madre de 3 hijos y por ello lo estoy haciendo siempre. Trato de tomar cursos de liderazgo, de estar en la comunidad envuelta, de apoyar en las cosas que se pueda, ir a la alcaldía, ir cuando se reúnen con la policía. Aunque tengo un poco inglés, hay traducción, y eso siempre tenemos que ser los inmigrantes, salir adelante, porque no nos podemos quedar callados. Somos parte, no nacimos aquí, pero somos parte de esta gran ciudad, de este gran mundo.
Why is the topic of immigration important, and why should people care?
Well, we all are immigrants. This is a country of immigrants. And why people will care? Because we live here. We're part of the community. We're part of the system.
So we're all interconnected, and we all depend on the labor of immigrants, and not just the labor, but the intelligence and contributions of immigrants. And it's insane to think that immigration doesn't affect you.